Twitter has announced a new decision to stop two-factor authentication with text messages, so using your phone number as a way to have two-factor authentication. They're not getting rid of it completely, but instead they are making this a paid feature, which basically means if you pay for Twitter Blue, then you get to have two-factor authentication with your phone number, which makes no sense. So people are obviously a little bit annoyed by this because it just seems like Twitter's trying to make more money by making people pay for a security feature. But there is a little bit more to that, so we're going to talk about it in this Timeworks news. So click subscribe for that. So this is actually kind of weird because people are upset about it for the wrong reasons. You see, most of the argument that I've seen is that Twitter is taking away a useful security feature and that, you know, Twitter will become less secure and less safe because they're getting rid of two-factor authentication, which isn't the case. They're not getting rid of it completely. You still have the option to use like a Google Authenticator app or a security key, which is a physical key that you plug into your device that you're using to log in. And those are definitely much more safer ways to secure it because, you know, the phone number using SMS verification is pretty flawed. And so the reason why they're doing this is because they don't, you know, they're trying to phase out of it. Except that's not really what's going on, okay? I think it's all because of money, but I'll touch on that part in a little bit. So with all of this, I've seen the argument that people are upset that they're getting rid of a way to secure your account. And for some people that is true. Some people have a phone with only a number and, you know, maybe it's an old phone so they can't get an authenticator app or something, but that's a very small percentage of people, but it still poses a security risk, right? Like, what about people who are inactive on Twitter? All of a sudden you can't use the phone number and now these old accounts could get hacked. Now, the argument that having a text message as a two-factor authentication being a good thing is definitely wrong, okay? I feel like text messages should not be used for two-factor at all because it's extremely vulnerable to getting hacked or spoofed or stuff like that. It is the least secure way to do two-factor authentication. And if you don't even know what it is, basically, when you go to log in, you have to do a second step where you get a code either from an app or a text message, right? And the text messages are the least secure because of so many reasons. Like, there's people that can intercept your text messages and you know, log in that way if they somehow get your password. There's also SIM swapping, which is even crazier. It's where people go directly to your phone provider, right, impersonating you. Maybe they got your details like your name and stuff, and then they say, hey, I want you to port this number to a different device, and then all of a sudden all of the text messages are going to their phone instead of yours, and obviously they can get into your accounts that way. So it is pretty dangerous and it is the least secure way to handle this. So then, is Twitter removing it because of security? That would be a nice idea, except that's not the case because they're making it, this is so weird to me, okay? They're locking this feature as a perk behind Twitter Blue. So if you pay for Twitter Blue, you get to have this feature, but it's not safe. If the real concern here was safety and that it's not secure, then why are you making it a perk of getting Twitter Blue? You would think the Twitter Blue users are more valuable to Twitter because they're paying for it. You think you'd want them to be more safe, so you wouldn't want to give them that feature that you're taking away from everyone. It doesn't make sense. So I don't think they're doing it for that reason. I think they're doing it for money because I've seen people say that, yo, managing the two-factor system with a text message is costing Twitter $60 million a year to send the text messages, which obviously is a lot, you know, and so they want to cut costs that way. If people are paying for the cost, then it doesn't matter because, you know, they're covering it for what they're paying for. So they don't care about the safety of it, and they only care about the money. But still, even throwing all that aside, people don't really understand how unsafe a text message verification system is, right? And there's still people who are upset at only the fact that this used to be a free feature. Once you start making features that were free, something that you have to pay for now, that's where it gets messy, and that's a sign that your platform might be dying, Elon, okay, bro? So that's my thoughts on it, dude. It's crazy. Twitter just keeps getting worse and worse, and one day I bet you'll have to pay to even tweet something. That's probably where it'll get to, but by then I think Twitter will be gone. If they do crazy stuff like this, I would be fine leaving Twitter because I don't use it as much as I used to, so it's fine. It would be interesting though, maybe other tech companies like Google or Microsoft might start getting rid of the text message system, right? But for actual security reasons, I don't know. So let me know your thoughts on that. Are you annoyed at this new Twitter update, or do you think it's good? Do you agree with me? Comment down below. Also, if you're wondering why I'm filming outside in the forest, I just thought it would be a nice change of scenery. Don't worry, I'm not kicked out of the house. You know, my parents haven't found out that I have a YouTube channel. There's my room right there, that window. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Click subscribe for more, and fly on.